Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what's up, gentlemen? Mr. Tony Blue, what's up? Ty Trevon, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Okay, so here we're going to do this again. There we go. I hate when I get any kind of glitches. What's up, man?
We got it.
I mean, nothing's as bad as Babyface, and
I was about to say, I thought we was gonna be part two.
yeah, no, nothing could be that bad. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. What's going on?
I am in quarantine, painting. You know, what am I painting? What am I not painting? I'm
Right.
painting everything. I just finished Hector Lavoe,
Nice.
the great salsa writer, singer. You saw the Kobe piece I did?
Nah, I didn't.
Hard to show, but here we go. Kobe.
Oh, that's sick. Classic as usual, man.
Yeah, got the Staples Center. Nobody knows this, but I also have a shadow of Kobe in the Staples Center. It's more of a reflection. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing what I always do, painting. How about you? Are you creating music at this time?
Yeah, I'm doing a little music. You know what I'm saying? Lately I've been getting creative. With the visuals, man. With me and my kid on my page, it's become a weekly thing where I take them and I put them in an old school classic movie. We did what we do. We did Coming to America. We did Mo Better Blues. I put them in a Little Rascals clip. You know what I'm saying? We just did Black Panther, so that's fun. It's a little something to keep me entertained, keep him busy, and off of the furniture.
And where are you Where are you right now physically in America? Where are you?
In Michigan.
Okay, Michigan.
Yeah.
So, Dwele, we met. I want to just talk a little bit about how we met because I don't know. We have a very long relationship.
Yeah.
When was Tainted done? I know no dates, but that's when we met.
If I had to guess, I'd say 2001, 2002, around there.
Okay, and if you guys don't know Tainted Slum Village video, Chris Robinson directed it, when he wrote the treatment, I don't know how much you know about this, but when he wrote the treatment, he came to me and he said, "Hey, I want to do Slum Village's Tainted, but I wrote this treatment and I want you to read it." And so when I was reading it, it said, "It all takes place in a BUA world." And I was like, so you already wrote it with me. So if you're not going to use me, then you're going to find somebody who's going to create a BUA world. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So, I created the look and feel for the Tainted Slum Village video, and it was so beautiful. And if you don't know it, I put a tiny clip of it on my page. And I thought that was an interesting choice that he wanted to do it that way, to be honest, because, and I don't know what the artistic conversations were you guys, what were the artistic conversations with Chris before that? Did he say?
I'm not sure. I wasn't part of that, I wasn't really part of Slum Village, so I don't know what conversations they had with him leading up to the video. I just got the call like, yo, you did the song, you know what I'm saying? Come out and be part of this video. I'm like, cool. So I went into it, I had no idea what to expect at all. A quick story though. I'm not sure if I shared this story with you, but the first piece of art, I think I did tell you this. The first piece of art that I ever bought was the the original Piano Man that you did, and I got
the yellow jacket, right?
Huh?
With the yellow jacket.
Nah, not with the yellow jacket. With the black jacket.
Okay, that was the second one.
That's the second one.
Yeah, that's the second.
Okay.
The first one was yellow jacket.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I got the second one in Toronto, and that was maybe 2, 3, 4 years before the video. You know what I'm saying? And
that's crazy.
The only piece I ever had, and I had it up in my studio in the back room of my mom's house, and everybody that would come to the studio, they'd be like, yo, where did you get that artwork from? Is that you?
Right.
because my hands, you know what I'm saying? It's like the
Yeah.
hands that you did on that joint. It was like, those are your hands, bro. And
I,
what's crazy is when we did the video, before I even knew that you did the artwork for it, before my verse came on, I think it was a couple different edits, but before my verse came on, it had the Piano Man 2 actually playing the keys and you know, animated to bring my verse on like it was me. And that was without me having a conversation with you or Chris Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So it was written, man.
Yeah, it was almost written, and the fact that he had already wrote it with my art in mind, and then we decorated it, not just the animation part of it, because everything was shot on sets. They were like hybridized sets, green screen, so that
Yeah.
like walking down the street, it's basically just a little floor runway and a treadmill. And then you got my two paintings that were sublimated in there, probably in After Effects. And then you turn the light on, light off. You have a swing of a shoe, and you're like, damn, that shit looks real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all you needed. And it's amazing that no one really was doing that.
It was groundbreaking, man.
It was groundbreaking. And it's weird that a groundbreaking artistic hip hop experience manifested itself in the petri dish of a music video.
Yeah.
That was like, it was because music videos then were a little bit more, they were just a little bit more outside of the box. They were a little bit more like filmic critical thinking.
Yeah.
So that they were making groundbreaking things happen in music videos, and they were willing to try stuff because you had a little, 3-minute, 2 to 4 minute window to do something cool. Exactly. And that was it. Now it's all good. What's up, Charlie Tuna? Our boy Charlie Tuna in the house.
What's good, boy?
I did one with Charlie, but the thing is about Charlie that he actually draws, so he's a little bit of a cheater. So he draws and paints all the time. So.
Oh, straight.
But you didn't know that about Charlie, I bet. But yeah, so that was what was crazy about that video, and it was just so groundbreaking and so cool. And like I said, it's on my page right now, just a little clip of it. And that's where I met you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we still haven't figured out. Everybody Google how long ago was the Slum Village video Tainted made?
Yeah. I'm gonna put my money on 2002.
Okay, so that's almost 20 years ago. See what I'm saying? That's how crazy that is.
Jesus.
Anyway, yeah, that's how crazy that is. 2002.
Yeah.
So someone's asking what's in the cup. What's in your cup?
Oh man, unfortunately, nothing badass right now. Just a little bit of ginger lemon tea. That's all. I mean, I can go downstairs and make it Detroit if that's what y'all want.
Are you a healthy ginger lemon tea guy?
Not per se, but it's new time, so new me.
Are you getting healthier because of all this? Like, how has this changed Dwele?
Definitely. It's definitely making me more conscious of what I eat, the supplements I take, what I put into my body, just because, I mean, right now it looks like, I mean, it's a crazy target. We can't say it's only affecting 60 and up. It's I've lost people my age, people younger than me, so it's crazy, man. And it's just, I mean, there's not much we can do other than what we can do, so I'm trying to live a little bit more healthy.
Good. I think that's all we can do is just keep our immune system boosted and just stay on the path. Dwele, what are you working on now? What is the new? Because okay, let me ask you this. You're more on the producerial side, would you say these days?
Right now, yeah, I say that.
Okay. What do you think is the next you? What's the next iteration of you? Because a lot of guys, who were crushing in the 80s, 90s, and this is true of anybody, right? This is true for my DJ painting, which I did in 2001. I've sold 13 million copies. I've never sold anything like that to this day with my art. It's impossible. Just because the chain, the distribution revenue, there's no Target, Prince Plus, Deck the Wall. They're not using any art from, you know, people they want to pay, they're using, you know, mostly license-free work from
Yeah.
overseas.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot, like anything. What is the new iteration of you, and do you think you'll ever be, you know, as popular, or is it impossible, you know, with the way the scene is just so young and so new? Everyone wants new and everybody
Yeah.
wants young.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's less about, for me, it's less about being popular and more so about having staying power, man. You know, I'd rather do a slow burn and let it last for a minute rather than be hot right now and burn out, you know. As far as it being what it was, I don't know. You never know what tomorrow's gonna bring, you know. You never know. Me and you have both seen people that we counted out
Yes.
and turned around and they're on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? So you never really know what's gonna
Tell me
happen.
who those people are.
Huh.
I'm putting you on the spot. And
Who
by
has
the way,
been
as
out?
I put you on the spot, KJM1 says your music is timeless. And people are saying, I love you, best music ever. You're so authentic. Your music is timeless. Again, she wanted to make sure that you needed to hear it twice because, you know, she didn't want to let it slip away.
That's what I'm going for, man. You know, I want to make music that, you know, if you pick up a song from 2003 and play it now, it's gonna feel right. You know,
well,
that's what I'm trying to do.
let's go back to who has turned it upside down. I mean, I think who has actually come back. I mean, I feel like we've seen it definitely in rock and roll. People support each other.
Yeah.
Everyone in rock and roll is 100 years old. They're touring.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger is 7,256 years old, and he's on the road. You know,
Maybe a little
doesn't
more.
matter. Yes, Chicago. You go through that, they're on the road. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're all in their 50s. There's something about hip hop. All of the elements of hip hop, as beautifully connected as the ideology is, there's something about not supporting the older people because it's always new, 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 new.
Yeah.
Perhaps because it's the most popular. But what is your take on that? I'm trying to figure that out.
Maybe it's by design. You know, maybe the labels are making it like that. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Yeah, with hip hop is always new. They always pushing the new. Like in hip hop, it's so hard to be a DJ too, man. You know, I take my hat off to DJs, man, because if you playing like the new hot in 2 weeks, you got to scrap it. You can't play it no more because it's something new out. You know what I'm saying? That you got to jump on it. If you play that raw record that's a month to 2 months old and it's not the right one, then people in the club, they look at you funny, like what you doing, bro? That's old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
true.
a different game. That's hip hop again. You know, it's hip hop doing that again, man. But who's been counted out? I'll say not necessarily on hip hop, but I'm gonna say Ronald Isley wasn't down and out fully. You know what I'm saying? But people kind of forgot about him for a minute. But then he came back and he had hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean Frank Sinatra. I mean, there's so many of those kind of people who were always relevant. You know what I mean? They never had to. I mean, Madonna was able to transform into a whole other. You know, everything was a different iteration and genre. But Madonna, and this is a terrible analogy, but I'm going to make it at the expense of sounding like I'm out of my mind. But Madonna's a little like Picasso, not in the fact that Picasso was probably one of the most prolific, prodigal artists in the history of the world, not only because he was the father, but because he always evolved. There was always a different side to Picasso. He wasn't amorphic. Every time he flipped, he had a different dimension and facet to him. It was like this fractal artistic genius. Now, Madonna, not obviously a prodigy, perhaps you could even say not even a trained great singer at all, but her evolution of transformation was, and to stay relevant in pop culture is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Unprecedented, actually. Very few people. And then she did it all the way to like mid-50s. And then it was, you know, now it's a little out of control. She crashed
through some glass ceilings too, man. You know, taking everything off. And, you know, when she came out with them young cones and
Yeah.
She was the
Everything.
original.
Kissing
She was
Britney
the
on
original
stage.
internet breaker before the internet.
Everything she did. Kissing
Yeah.
Britney on stage, her book. It was always a retransformation. That's why I equate it to Picasso. Not talent-wise, because Picasso was in a league, you know, a league of his own, but
Yeah.
in terms of reinvention, exactly. There's so many people who have so many questions. There's so many people that love you to death. Charlie Wilson, someone said, Mr. Biggs made a big comeback. All good
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Still, I'm not really hearing people in hip hop unless there's a reinvention in a different genre. Common goes to TV, goes to movies. You know, he's
Yeah.
doing a lot of narration. That's different.
L kind of got quiet for a minute and came back strong and
LL for
rode there
sure.
for a minute. But then again, he did movies in that off time though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Or did he jump into the movies after he came back as an artist? I
Well,
can't remember the
LL to
timeline of
me,
that.
LL is just kind of, he's just such a cultural icon. He transcends, in my
He
opinion.
is.
You
He
know what I
is.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
even though to me, just bringing it way back to my New York City hip hop roots, it was a little, what's the other guy who sang, oh my God, it's going to come back to me. This is haunting. The guy who LL was kind of emulating when he went into with Rick Rubin and Russell. Scott, God damn. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Hold on that one. I was going to come to me. But anyway, there's been people, but Johnny, my boy Johnny Utah, shout out, says Cypress Hill still killing it. Yeah, but it's different. You know what I mean? There's new iterations of Be Real. Good example though. Somebody who kind of became a businessman, and people do that. People
Yeah.
effloresce into different facets of themselves in a matured way. But I don't
Yeah.
think hip hop is accepting of older talent in that capacity. I don't think
Yeah.
Snoop is the okay. Great example, Gillespie. Snoop is the only one. He transcends. Soccer moms love him. Martha Stewart,
Yeah.
thugs, you know, everybody.
Yeah.
Snoop is
He did it
different.
right.
Snoop's the only one who completely is able to escape any kind of ceilings. He's
Yeah.
he's got no boundaries and he's limitless. Be Real for sure. There's a lot of people. Ice-T, exactly, but no one in hip hop just doing hip hop necessarily, with the exception of the rock and roll world. Everybody, because there's something about the rock and roll community that accepts people for growing older, and there's
Yeah.
something about hip hop that doesn't allow that.
Yeah.
And you can't mention Fat Joe because he died. I mean, because you know, really, his fame in a lot of way was extinguished with the end of Pun. And I don't know, maybe he is reinventing himself. Every Nas is always going to be classic.
Yeah, I feel
You know,
like Nas
Fat
is
Joe will be
venturing out.
classic too. But I'm saying taking it on the road at that level is not going to be the same,
Yeah.
unless I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Someone said Kanye West. Kanye is definitely polarizing and popular for sure.
Yeah. He's on a whole nother
Is
level.
racism involved? I mean, of course, I'm sure on some level. J-Lo, another reinvention of greatness. Anyway, what is your new sound? What do you think? Where is Dwele going to? What's the trajectory of, like, what do you want to be putting out in the next couple of years?
I don't know. My sound right now, I feel like you know, I'm always gonna keep those elements that make, you know, my sound, you know, the horn, you know, the Fender Rhodes is something that's close to me. I feel like needs to be in every joint in some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I really I'm really experimenting right now with a lot of you know, a lot of 808s. I'm trying to find that blend between kind of like electric and that 70s soul. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find that fine line, man, and kind of ride that. And you know, I got a lot of songs like that. I feel like artists and producers, you know, when we make music,
Mm-hmm.
at one particular time, we make a lot of songs that sound like a certain sound. We're trying to find this this one joint. We're trying to make that one joint, and we using a lot of different roles to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I'm coming with right now within like these 3 months has a certain sound to it, and that's like that 808 kind of soulful, a little trappy, a little, just a little, a touch, like a sprinkle, like a salt bay, a trappy. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it a different feel, man. And that's just where I am right now. You know, next month it might be something different. I might wake up feeling something different, and I might take a whole nother road. You know what I'm saying? But right now, that's what I'm feeling.
Hey guys, he's not stopping making the music that you love. Don't stop making that. Everyone's asking the same thing. Don't. No one's stopping making this stuff that he loves. You're still you, right?
It's still me, man. It's still me. You know what I'm saying? It's experimentation. You know, it's about experimenting. You know, I've been kind of teasing the page, you know, with a little stuff, just trying to fill it out. I did a joint for 420 last week. You know what I'm saying? And just like put it up for a day to see what it felt like, to see how people felt about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a feel good joint. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was the same type of feel, you know, that I'm talking about. You know, it's kind of like the slow groove. You know, something you can smoke to, you know, and mellow out to, you know, and that's about where I am right now.
Or take edibles to, perhaps.
Or take edibles to.
If you want to reduce the smoke.
Huh?
If you want to reduce the smoke inhalation and.
Yeah, I personally can't smoke. In the video that I did, I actually did. I smoked, but I didn't inhale. Bill Clinton.
Okay, I don't believe you. But someone's asking, do you still have the $5 mic?
I do have the $5 mic. I found that. I think maybe like it was last year sometime. I recently ran into that mic. Every time I look at every time I find it, I gotta sit there and have a moment with it, and then it goes back in the box somewhere and moves to the next spot wherever I'm moving that box. But we have a moment every time I find it.
Someone said also, I just get high listening to Dwele. Isn't this great?
That's what it's about. That's what it's about right there. I'm still making that music. I'm making that get high, cool out, make a baby music.
Can we see that BUA piece over your shoulder, Greg 36? That's the right over. It's over your right shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to see that. I mean, it's a you know, he's got to take it off his wall. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There it is.
I'm showing your work on my camera.
There you go.
You got about 50 of these in your place right now. They want me to show mine.
Exactly. But I don't have that one, in fairness. Guys, Dwele, I have a couple of questions and I have a couple things to ask you to do, if that's okay. As you know, this is Rage Against the Brush, where I usually paint and draw. Last night I had almost a marathon session with DJ Qbert, and we decided to run it back next week to do an 8-hour Insta Live on Saturday.
Okay.
That's pretty insane, huh?
Yeah.
What we should really do is a jam session with me, you, Qbert, and then like a couple of other aspects, and do a Zoom. One day we should do that.
A jam session?
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like you, Qbert, me painting, got some other people going on. It would be amazing.
Oh, I thought she was talking about all of us painting. I'm like, hold on now.
No, you guys keep to your element. Just like I'm not doing music, I keep to my element.
Okay.
And although
I did paint a couple joints that I'm proud of. I'm just gonna throw that out.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to play with the Philharmonic professionally. Really? No, I'm kidding. I have no skill set whatsoever. I'm totally lying. But
I was gonna believe you, bro.
I know. You know,
we jump. You know what I'm saying? We jump.
I play by ear a little bit, but I'm not great. But you know what I mean? I know great because I'm around people who are like, whoa, they're great, and I'm not. So what is your favorite color?
What are we talking about?
Color. What's your favorite color? Mine's orange, by the way. I don't know if I've ever told any of you guys. Mine is orange.
Cars, clothes, black.
And by the way, black is not the absence of color, even though it's defined by that in science. Black is a color, asked John Singer Sargent. Okay. What do you think?
Favorite colors outside of that?
Okay.
Like in creating, like I also like orange. And
That's a good orange, by the way. That's a nice burnt, dark,
yeah,
rich
yeah, yeah, yeah,
orange.
yeah. Yeah. Orange, blue. I'm starting to get into like the almost like the old school Corvette blue, like
Okay.
the lighter one.
Mm.
Maybe not Corvette. It's the Ford GT 40 or something like that.
Is it saturated or is it muted?
It's muted, like the matte.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I can't even tell you. I'm coming out with a bunch of statues, and I'm doing my MC with like a an amp, and the amp is that muted leather, the muted blue leather with the steel and the black, dude. It's
Yeah.
I'll show you off. Well, I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but I won't show you offline. I'll show you
Gotcha.
offline.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Okay. Who are your favorite artists, visual artists?
My favorite visual artist.
Yes.
Yourself, of
Thank
course.
you so much. Don't just,
Let's see.
probably true, but
Visual artist. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Fafi.
okay, she's great.
I like her cartoon style, man.
Okay, she's
And
from
the chicks be
Paris,
mad
or
thick,
France.
son.
What's that?
I said the chicks she draw, they be mad thick, son.
Yeah, they're very much like an artist named Von Baudet, who a lot of people from the graffiti scene, myself included, was very influenced by, and kind of took from. He was like a weird hippy dippy psychedelic artist that, for whatever reason, the graffiti scene loved his characters. He had the platypus and these, bodacious, just like Fifi, but like, maybe probably a little different.
I'm gonna write them down. Check them out.
Vaughn Baudet, VAUGHNBODE.
Okay. Also,
Okay, who else?
uh, my guy, one of my good friends, man. He's in Germany now. He's from Detroit.
What's
A
his
guy
name?
named Shades.
Okay.
He's been on the scene, you know what I'm saying, doing graffiti for a long time. He's a really dope artist, man. You know, his work is all over the city. You know, he does a lot of work with GM, with Fiat, you know,
Very
so
cool.
he's taking it next level. He started off, you know, doing crazy shit and going to jail for it. And he took it corporate now, you know what I'm saying, which I respect. And his
Okay.
work is really dope.
What's his name?
Shades.
SHADES, guys. Look him up.
Yep.
Artist Shades.
Yep.
Okay. So that's important. Who's your favorite musical artist?
Man.
I know there's too many to name, but give me the top three.
Top three? Yeah. Right now I'm really rocking with my people, Hiatus Coyote.
Mm.
You familiar?
Mm-mm.
Hiatus Coyote. They from Australia.
Okay.
Really dope, man.
Huh.
Just a full on vibe, man.
If anyone's familiar, just write in.
Yeah. Somebody said you better say Dilla. Come on now. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? My brother Dilla, of course. Favorite producer's producer. You know?
One of my favorite portraits I did is of Dilla.
Yeah. Yeah. Really dope, man. Let's see. Artists. Man, you know, my contemporaries, man. My favorite voice, I'm gonna tell you, my favorite voice would have to be Layla Hathaway.
I'm unfamiliar with Layla Hathaway.
Really?
Yes.
You familiar with Donnie Hathaway?
Well, you got to send me, because then if I hear it or see it, like I tell people, I just did Hector Lavoe. People are like, what? And then I played music. They're like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm a little like that with names sometimes.
Well, you familiar with Donnie Hathaway? This Christmas.
Of course.
Yeah. This is his daughter.
Okay. Wow.
Same freaking vocal cords, man.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my
Little Sexy Nika says she loves her too. So yeah.
Yeah. And Bilal, you know, that's my contemporary. You know, Bilal, man, D'Angelo, Eric Roberson, they are my peoples, man, and I completely respect their art. And even though in similar styles. We all have that one thing that kind of sets us apart and makes us different, man. You know, Robeson is just a vibe. D'Angelo is just D'Angelo, and Bilal just brings that crazy Prince feel to whatever he touches, man. You know what I'm saying? Baby making music. Like when I can't play my own music to make a baby, I'm playing Bilal.
Good to know. Everybody write that down. Everybody already knows. They're like, Bilal. Okay. Hi, it's Kesha says, I love Bilal. D'Angelo is ill. Yes. Devin Morrison, someone says. You know who that is?
I'm not familiar.
Hi, it is
You know, it's a lot, man. It's changed so much, man. There's a lot of music out here right now that comes across because you don't have to necessarily go out and buy the album. Sometimes you'll select a playlist or a station, and you hear songs and you save them and go back to them, but you never really know the name of the person that's doing the song. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people out there that I don't know the names to, but I'm rocking with the music. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Hines saying Jay Versace got some fire beats. What's up, Hines? You know, there's the talent never ends. People always say, "Oh, the new music's no good. It's old. I can't the new art is no good." I just think it's the same thing in everything, right? You always hear like the new B-boys, they're no good. They're flying all over the space. They're not dancing on beat. They're off beat. Any old school is always going to say that, but the reality is there's some new people who are coming up and really strong and transforming the game.
Yeah.
With all genres, in every genre.
Definitely evolving.
Always. And people always tell me like, oh, do you like any of the new hip hop? Though I know you're just saying the new music is whack. I'm sorry. But how can you say that? Like, do you like any new hip hop? Like for me, I love Kendrick. I love J. Cole. I'm calling it new. You know, the Migos and there's a lot newer because there's just younger and every day there's a new one. So I'm just saying newish. You know, I love Lil Peep. There's people that I really do love. Is there any hip hop young artist that you love so that you could just tell that person that you disagree with them? Like, tell me.
Hell yeah. There's a lot, man. There's a lot that I listen to.
Okay, just name like only 50. No, I'm kidding. Name like 2.
I'm gonna say my favorite is Playboy Cardi, and that's somebody that a lot of people wouldn't think I'd probably listen to, you know. But Playboy Cardi, man, I always say there's a time and a place for every type of music. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and a place for Dwele. There's a time and a place for Madonna. There's a time and a place for Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm saying? I like to think of myself as a guy that, you know what I'm saying, that's wide open, that's trying a little bit of everything. And there's a time and a place for every type of music. And sometimes when I'm out in the back, I'm in my hammock. I might have my Detroit drink in my hand. I might have a young edible on the tongue. You know what I'm saying? It might be Playboy Cardi coming across the speakers, you know?
Anybody else? Someone said
a lot more.
Someone said Anderson .Paak. Someone said DaBaby, Childish Gambino.
Definitely Anderson. Anderson is like,
I wouldn't say new school though.
Man, Anderson is like, I don't even know what to call him, man. I feel like Anderson is soul. And Anderson is soul. I thought we was talking more so like mumble rap.
No, I think we're talking mumble rap, which by the way, I personally love to paint too, because I just kind of get lost. And not saying it's all great at all. A lot of it is horrible. I have to turn it off. I feel like I'm getting a headache. Every once in a while, though, I get hit with a DaBaby, a Little P, a whole J. Cole album.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, like, I'm like, this is incredible.
It makes you paint different.
I think it does because it keeps me in a zone. Sometimes silence is a zone. Sometimes, listening to Miles Davis is a zone or Beethoven. I don't discriminate. I love everybody. I love all music, and shit. I also hate, music that for me, other people might love it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm playing Madonna. Sometimes I'm just playing Michael Jackson for a whole day. James Brown, break beats.
Yeah.
Jay Versace says Griselda. Griselda.
Jay Versace, man. Let me say this about Jay. You know what I'm saying? We had a few conversations when I was when I was doing those videos with my son in them. He's like, man, you need to put him in this, throw him in this. And we got to talking about music, man. And Jay Versace, to be so young, is well versed in like old school music, like that deep shit that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I respect you for that, Jay.
Well, you heard it. You heard it here, Jay. Yeah. At this time of the amazing interview, probably the best interview Dwele has ever had in his life, and he can't even believe how great it is right now. I would love you to write your signature and show us your signature. Because I feel like a signature is everything. I feel like a signature. Everyone says, "Oh, I don't draw. I don't draw." But yet, everybody signs something every day. And everybody out there, grab a pen and paper and write your signature down. You've never done this before. You're fucking crazy. You got to do it. I do it all the time. You know what? Let's look at it. Take a little time on camera to just look at this.
Oh, put it back up.
Good. Hold it. Okay. Now we're seeing it backwards, but that's okay.
Oh. I would try to draw it backwards, but...
Okay, but that's interesting. Can you look at your signature now and tell me 2 things you love about your signature?
2 things I love about it?
Yes.
Huh. What do I love about my signature?
Yeah, well, you've been doing it your whole life, right?
Yeah, I've never even...
You sign checks. You sign checks. You sign autographs. You're actually putting your signature on autographs, and people are taking that as your painting, your drawing, and they're putting it up somewhere. They're putting it in a scrapbook. It's something meaningful to them. It's something you've been perfecting your whole life. You're ascribing it everywhere from the grocery store to, credit cards to everything, and your autograph. What does that mean? And are you a lefty or a righty?
I'm a lefty.
Wow. That figures. Okay, so what are 2 things? Just look at it and find 2 things you love about it.
The D kind of stands on its own, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That could mean a few different things. Kind of stands on its own.
So is the D you, and then all the other letters are kind of like the essence, or just?
Yeah. The D represents me. I represent the D. Boom.
Everybody hold it up one more time, and everybody kind of chime in as what you like about this signature. Now we're seeing it backwards, which is fine. And all the lefties shout out, as you guys know, I draw with my left hand, I paint with my right hand, and I actually draw with both. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everybody will write what you like about a signature. Okay, there it is. So the D stands in the zone. That's what you like. Is there anything you don't like that you would like to change about your signature, Dwele?
No, I don't think so.
Look at it again. Don't say that. Don't say that decisively. Take a moment. Reflect. Is there anything you would like to change about your signature? And if you really feel no, that's fine.
There's nothing I would change. This
okay.
is fine to me. I put it on the wall if it was a thing.
Nice.
What would you change about it?
I would never change your signature. I don't like, for me, here's the crazy thing. If we think about a signature, we know the person intimately. Look at Picasso. Look at Dali. We know their signature. It's crazy. You know what I mean? If we think about some people, Oprah, Jordan. Why do we know them? They're indelibly written into the confines of our imagination. A signature is them. And that's what every artist cultivates. From a visual point of view, of course. I remember writing my signature from 1st grade all the way to right around 8th grade, where I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna go BUA. I wrote Just One as a graffiti writer in New York. Scrap. By the time I was 8th, 9th grade, I'm like BUA, BUA, BUA. So I'm working on that. I'm working on that. It wasn't until I was probably 30 that I took the name, put it in Illustrator, vectorized it, copywrote it, patented it with a patent office, you know, the whole thing. Then the BUA logo with the thing, and then the TM. So it became a thing. For me, it's a deep, deep, deep representation of who I am. It had to be crazy and just perfected.
Yeah.
But what I like about your signature is it is powerful. It is standalone. It is the D. I'm leading the charge. I'm going forward. I'm connecting. I'm confident, and I don't really want to change everything. Which, by the way, if you want to change something, that's fine, because you know that there's no criticism whatsoever. But
see, you making me think about my signature, man, and now I'm gonna probably mess up the next time I write it, because I'm gonna be thinking about it. Like, what do I want to change about this?
but listen,
I'd rather not think about it and just let it be.
but someone says it was really good. Someone also said this. I'm going to give a shout out to Mr. Part C, that it looks like graffiti hand style. Did you do graffiti as a kid?
No.
Okay. But it's interesting. You got that kind of urban flavor. That kind of
It's kind of how I write, man. For some reason, when I write, it's a lot of times I can't really read when I'm writing, especially if I'm writing a song and I need to jot it down really quick. It kind of looks like this, and it's not really legible.
Cool.
I thought I got that from my pops. He was a doctor, and his writing was real crazy. So I think that kind of played a part too.
Cool. Dwele, did you ever draw as a kid?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and quickly doodle what you doodled as a kid? And when you doodle, think about that feeling that you came with. In other words, I remember doodling and my teachers being like, "Are you paying, like, what are you doing? Are you paying attention?" I'm like, "Actually, I'm paying more attention, because when I doodle, it keeps my hand occupied, so my mind could listen." People don't get that. There's a different hemisphere at play. My right hemisphere, he's dealing with spatial relationships in my drawing. My left hemisphere is listening to this dumb shit coming out of my history teacher. Not that all history teachers have dumb shit to say, but so think about that also. What feeling that you're coming up with while you're doing a doodle. And what were you doodling? So for me, I did doodle dogs, I did profiles, I did cities, pretty much the same shit I do now. Other people do the Stussy S, cars, spaceships, you know, depending which generation you're from, Flintstones, Bart Simpson, Rick and Morty.
I always doodle this Afro guy.
Shout out to Doug Evans, going to be on my show tomorrow. Doug Evans is a absolute able, articulate dialectician, great friend, and he's doing a whole book and creating a world of sprouts. So power to growing your own food. Doug Evans is a powerful mind.
I'm here for that.
And so right now you're drawing something that is connecting to when you were a kid, when you would doodle. And were you able to, do you remember being able to listen more, or were you completely just blocked out into your
I mean,
drawing?
it definitely let me it let me concentrate. You know, it's like it soaked in a little more. Like you said, it just keeps you it keeps you active. Your brain is working. You know what I'm saying? This guy was always like a hybrid, like a black guy on The Simpsons with an afro.
You mean like Boondocks?
Not even Boondocks. Little, you know, the eyes.
What was the one? What was the Eddie Murphy animation they did on Fox? What was that one, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Call out to that. PJs. Yo, when that PJs came out, that was done by the dude Ardman, who did all the Wallace and Gromit's. And Doug Evans, by the way, tomorrow we're on it. I'm sorry, not PST. We're on 10:30. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. Me and you, Dougie. Dougie Fresh, you're on. Dougie was also a graffiti writer from New York, which is interesting because now he is a CEO, big shot. Love you, Doug. The PJs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Doug. Yeah, the PJs did remind me of my style too, but when it came out, it had that kind of Aardman animation to it, and it was really good. It was just that it didn't have the break. Something was just a little off. It wasn't the funniest written show. That's what it was. You had everything. They put all the like they put the like Aardman on the animation, Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy in the sauce, brought all the executive producers and the writers, but it just didn't have that perfect sauce. Like Rick and do you love any animations now? I love Rick and Morty.
I can't really get with Rick and Morty, man.
I'm gonna end the live early
I haven't really
because
given it a chance though either.
you got to take an edible and go down Rick and Morty world because you're going to go into the cavernous imagination of some dark, crazy, fractal shit. And it's fun. It's fucking great. It's actually, to me, shout out to Rick and Morty. It's probably, in my opinion, the best. Thank you, Greg36. Josh says it's brilliant. It really is fucking mind bending. I love it. Anyway, do you want to share your drawing with us?
Yeah, man. So I used to always doodle this guy in class for some reason. It's an Afro guy with bug eyes.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it? What is that? Do you remember what age you were doing that?
This was like high school, man.
And did you ever think I'm going to be an artist?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I just always loved doing it, you know.
That's cool, man.
Always enjoyed it.
This is a little deeper, and if you're down to go a little, it's kind of weird to do it. Like I like doing this with people like in person when I do like one-on-ones. It's a little art therapy-ish, but I think you'll get a kick out of it. Let's take a moment. You have a blank piece of paper?
Sure.
Okay. And guys, last night I had a marathon session with Hubert, so I'm exhausted today. And this is really about getting to know Dwele in a deeper way, because Dwele, I always say that art is more me than I am myself. In other words, when you look at my art, you can see my soul. Perhaps Shakespeare said, false face doth hide what the false heart doth know. In other words, you don't know, like I'm wearing a mask. Like even I'm trying not to, I'm still wearing a mask. I'm being socially polite, you know, all of my, everything, all of the kind of New York City vibrational, like social distancing that I do on my own before the quarantine is happening on an energetic level. But I can't help it with my art. I can't help it. Whatever I do is raw me. Love it, hate it. It's on the fucking wall. Like that's who I am. Just like great artists all together. Your music is you. Like it or not, it's you on the wall.
Right.
It's the writing is on the wall, the writing is in the vinyl, you're listening to it. It's impossible not to get the essence of somebody, which is a very, you know, you feel naked in the eyes of that sometimes. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and think of somebody who is incredibly significant in your life, just like the person that comes to mind. It could be anybody. Grandmother, grandfather, ex-girlfriend, child, somebody you don't know but always wanted to meet, doesn't matter. So envision this person. Now, when you have that person, I want you to draw a box that they're in, and I want you to draw that person without defining any characteristics, like recognizable characteristics. No hair, no lips, no nose. Just draw them in shapes. No ears, no eyes, no, just who the essence of that person is in shapes. And if you don't mind me talking while you do that, just don't even just flow it out. There's nothing recognizable. It's basically the essence of them. And don't stop yourself from feeling it and hold back. This is a real artistic process of just kind of projecting the energy of that person into this drawing.
Just shapes.
Whatever it is. This is good for you guys to do too. I've had some interesting breakthroughs with people and some just interesting results and stuff. Most of the time, something always comes out. Keep going. Just feel it. Maya Mizzle says you're so sexy when you're thinking. So, but don't let that don't let that um, just feel it with no shapes, just energy. What is the essence of this person that you're thinking of? This is a really great exercise. I believe that drawing is the deepest part of our soul, and it's the first language of children that they have with the world on a deep level. We have what's called deep constructs. In other words, everybody was born to draw. Everybody was made to draw, just like walking, just like breathing. We were born to draw. It's part of us. It's a deep construct in every human being. So we all draw, whether we stop at a certain age or not. Yes, but all of us do it because it's part of being human. That's what defines us. It's not just the opposable thumb. It's the fact that we can pick up a pencil. It's the fact that we can pick up a crayon and we could define something that's different. Perhaps it's said that it's our first language with the cosmos. The first language with the way that we communicate with the world in a deep way is drawing. That's why every kid draws.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, thank you for saying real talk, Benz DeBrus. I'm speaking the truth, Josh. I'm speaking my truth. I mean, hey, people be like, I disagree with them. I think drawing is trash. Okay, that's fine. But you're wrong, actually. Drawing, music, these are the gifts of humanity. Doesn't matter if you suck at drawing. There's no such thing as sucking at drawing, actually. Everybody can draw. And the people that say that they suck at drawing, they're usually better than everybody because they're drawing from a truthful place. Because they're not like, you know how good I am? I'm going to tell you how good I am. The lines of confidence are bullshit. Let's get to the deeper sense of who you really are. Okay, can we flip your drawing around?
Yeah, so I drew my kid.
Okay.
I drew my kid, and in his mind, even though it gets on my freaking nerves because he's always bumping and jumping, and I got hardwood floors, man, and it's like if you jump if you jump 12 inches off the ground and come down as hard as you can, it rattles the house, and it drives me crazy. But when he puts on this cape, he becomes a superhero. When he takes off the cape, he's still a superhero in his brain. And this is what I imagine he looks like to himself 23 out of 24 hours a day.
Let's go.
When he's running around the house.
Let's go. Oh, cool. So that's so interesting that you almost made him like one of those little wooden maquettes where you say he's running on the wood.
Yeah.
Right? And he almost became the wood that he's running on.
Yeah.
But what else does that mean? Like, what's the deeper that is he a messenger of you? And I mean, like, running is, you know, the messenger of the gods. Achilles.
In a way, I think he has all of this pent up energy, and we haven't figured out how to direct it yet. I've been trying a lot of different things. You know, we haven't figured out what it is. I'm just waiting for the day. One day it's going to connect, and we're going to know that's what we need to focus on.
Can I say something? Sorry to interject. That I just, yeah, it is Mercury, it is Achilles, it is the messenger of the gods. But can I say that you also, as crazy and like wild and just erratic as your drawing is of your son, because of all of those things that like put a lot of pressure on adults, you also made him into perhaps what he will become, which is almost superhero. Look at he looks like a superhero.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like you're saying one thing and then I'm seeing this whole other thing. It's not just a nice drawing. Tiana, it means something more because we're drawing from our unconscious. We're drawing from a deep construct. That is, I feel like there's more there that is showing up now, just like in your signature. just like in your drawing of your son, just like in your doodle, there's more. It's really cool.
Hmm. Huh. All right. Now I want to take an art class, man.
I mean, like, you know,
We
we're
should
all,
do this like once a week, you know?
yeah. I mean, I think it's good. It's good for the soul. It's therapy. He
Yeah.
said he drew him as a superhero because he sees himself. You see me?
I didn't hear you. You
Oh,
broke up a
sorry.
little bit. Say it again.
You see your son as a superhero, as crazy as he draws. I understand that feeling, but yet you see a deeper meaning, perhaps. You know, yeah. And speaking into the future, like Tyga One says, Tyga One. Hey, I didn't stun Dwele. I just allowed him to see the reflection of his own artistic vision, perhaps. That's all. I'm just the artistic mirror. But anyway, that was awesome. Thank you.
Man, thank you.
And everybody, I know we started late again, but I'm going to end at 5. But everybody, thank everybody. Follow Dwele. His music is brilliant. He's fantastic. He's a wonderful human being. And where can someone find the Rise album? Just last thought.
Oh man. Right now it's on YouTube. Can't really put that out right now, you know, the way I want to, but you can grab it on YouTube for now.
There you go.
Just
Yeah,
to get you by.
a lot of people are asking about Rise. All right, Dwele,
Yeah.
you're incredible. Thank you for going through this artistic journey.
Man, I
Tomorrow,
appreciate it.
tomorrow you should check out my talk with Doug Evans at 10:30 a.m. I'm
I
talking
will.
about sprouting to change the world. All right, all of my Rage Against the Brush people, thank you. I love you guys. This has been incredible, bro. You
Man.
did some amazing stuff. I'm gonna call you in like an hour just to get on the phone with you.
Cool.
Rocksteady Crew. I'm now Rocksteady Crew. So shout out to El Tigre Vacano, another great Dominican giant superstar. But mostly shout out to you, Dwele. You've been an incredible sport, and
Yeah.
you've put your heart out there for all of us to experience. I appreciate that.
If y'all coming through the page, I'm gonna go ahead and put the 420 song.
There you go.
I'm gonna put it back up in my stories. Check out my stories. It's there.
Perfect. Love you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.